we have to let certain thoughts and mindsets die so that we can grow. Are you actually easily distracted, or are you letting your people-pleasing tendencies get in the way? It's new thought processes. Hi Libra, welcome. This is your January 2026 reading. Let's get started. I have a very special layout for you today. It is the Mystic Compass Spread, named for its form in the shape of a compass, with the 4 directions north, south, east, west, and I will be walking you through each component as we go along. All right, Libra, what is in store for you? North is indicative of the earth element. So that's anything that's tangible, things that you can see, touch, taste, smell, hear. And it's also representative of finances, money matters, career, and homestead. The east is representative of the air elements, and so that is depicted in our thoughts, anything to do with the mind, our focus, where we're putting our focus, as well as our dreams. In the south, we have our fire element, and that is representative of our connection to the divine, God, goddess, spirit, universe, etc., as well as our passions. And finally, to the west, we've got our depictions of water, the water element, which represents emotions and feelings. So let's get started. For each of the 4 signs, we have one thematic card followed by an action item for that area of your life. Alrighty, north, we've got our King of Swords. Great. This King of Swords is representative of being very discerning, being able to make decisions. So whether this is something that describes you already, this is going to ask you to double down on that. If this doesn't exactly describe you, Libra, this is an invitation to become better at that. So this is being very decisive around different tasks at work. This is decisive around the goings on of daily home life. This is being decisive around what you're spending time on and with whom, etc. Your action item here is 3 of Wands. You've already planted some seeds, and now you're watching them grow and nurturing them and fertilizing them. And this is the message to keep doing that. So whatever it is that you have in the works, whether you started applying for new jobs or whether you started a new project, you could have been starting a home project, for example, or maybe looking at a new career path or something of that nature. This is your indication to keep going. This endeavor of yours is blessed, and you are asked to keep going. To the east, we're starting off strong here. We have the Death card. Something is in your life is coming to an end. Now, I actually quite like this card because it's not just death, it is also rebirth. Death is always indicative of rebirth. So we're getting rid of something and we're pulling in something new. So in this placement, that's indicative of a way of thought. Maybe the way that you were thinking or have been thinking is not productive to you and where you are trying to get to. we have to let certain thoughts and mindsets die so that we can grow. That's a good thing. Maybe you grew up in a racist home, or maybe you grew up in an extremely religious home where there was no room for alternative thought. Or maybe you have been hanging out with people who think it's okay to just eat junk food all the time and smoke weed and drink alcohol. How you think and who you spend your time with matter a great deal. So, because thoughts become things. Your thoughts dictate what actions you're going to take later. So it is very good to let a lot of those things die so that you have the opportunity to grow into something else. Let's see what your action item is here. The High Priestess. We're backing this up, okay? So the Death card is one major arcana card. The High Priestess card is another. But there was a lesson that wasn't learned somewhere between these two cards. So that's why you have to let that part of you die so that the High Priestess can come in with a loving and discerning way of ruling in daily life. The High Priestess is very wise in her element of divine guidance. It is possible that maybe you didn't think, or maybe right now you don't think, or at some point in your life you haven't thought that men and women can be equal. Maybe you have believed that women are incapable of taking on certain jobs or tasks in the world, and this would be an invitation for you to let that mindset die, because it's simply not true. This is requiring you to let go of a massive part of yourself so that you can become a better person, so that you can serve other people on the planet. Now, all of that isn't true for all of you, but for many of you it is. There's a reason why you have found this particular message. Let's see what the South has for you, Libra. Oh, the moon. Oh. So in terms of your passions as well as your connection to the divine, the moon is showing us that this is coming in cycles. So it could be that there are certain times in your life where you're absolutely dedicated. You are devout in your practices. You are all of your time and energy is going into your passions. And then there are other times where it completely falls off, as if that's not even a part of you. This is just calling that to light. Your action here, is 10 of Pentacles. Learning to play the game. Learn to play the game. Everybody takes a turn in a game. And some people take a turn even whenever they're not playing the game, in order to weigh the odds in their favor. So this is asking you to really notice when other people are impacting your cycles. I'm going to say that again. This is really asking you to notice when other people are impacting your cycles. Are you actually easily distracted, or are you letting your people-pleasing tendencies get in the way and catering to the needs and desires of others rather than yourself? That's for you to answer. Next, we have the West, water. Judgment. You definitely need to go watch the 2026 collective year reading that I did, and you'll understand why. Judgments in terms of emotions. Now, it could be that you were judged for expressing yourself and your emotions at some point in your life. And I'm sorry that that's happened to you. That is sad, because every human on the planet deserves to have their emotions heard and expressed in a loving way. But now you're able to make new decisions about how you control your emotions, how you show your emotions, and to whom. And you're able to better discern who is a safe person to be around. And that's a good thing. It really is. Next, your action item here. 9 of Swords. Don't worry so much. Don't worry so much about showing your emotions or judging others. And by judging others, it just means saying no to something else so that you can say yes to yourself. I'm going to say that again. Judging others just means saying no to something else so that you can say yes to yourself. So you don't need to worry about that, because even though it might upset other people, you have to answer to yourself at the end of the day. And that's all that matters. Really, that's all that matters. These are some big messages out here for you, Libra. I am really feeling you this month with this. And this is not necessarily an easy month. There are some nice things that are still going on. Like the different projects that you have going on that you've already started, that you're tending to. That's really nice. And this opportunity to become a whole new person. And that is not easy. The becoming of a new person is not easy. I know that. I've done it several times myself. I have one last card for you to kind of pull everything together as more of a central theme. And for you, that is the Ace of Swords. So this card is indicative of new beginnings. Literally, new thoughts, new thought processes, new dreams. So a lot of what we were already talking about, that's what this is coming down to, is like, who do you want to be? And another thing I'm going to add here is that these thoughts that I'm talking about are also thoughts about yourself. This isn't just thoughts external that you're thinking about other people. These are also thoughts that you have about yourself. And so this is really an invitation to be a lot kinder to yourself so that you can live a happier life. That's all I have for you. Please check out your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs readings so that you can get a fuller picture of everything that's in store for you for this month. Also check out the 2026 collective year reading, as that's going to give you a lot more information as well. Thank you so much, Libra. I really enjoy you being here, and I will see you soon. Thank you. Bye.